Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about shank pullers and how to use them. In cowboy boot making, shank pullers can also be called bulldog pliers, and they are used to last the shank area of a cowboy boot. Since a cowboy boot just has a big one-piece vamp, there's no way to put shape into it, and sometimes you really have to pull hard when you're trying to last a boot. And shank pullers are great for that because they give you lots of leverage. If you look closely at these shank pullers, they have teeth, just like lasting pliers. And of course, just like lasting pliers, if you're looking for a used pair, you want to check and make sure that the teeth are sharp and that they meet each other. There is a type of shank puller. I thought I might have a pair in my giant hoard of tools that I don't use, but I don't seem to find any. But there is a type of shank puller that works as a lip instead. It just comes over and does this and grips that way rather than having teeth to grip. The type with a lip, they work, but like if these are 100% good, the type with the lip is like 92%. I mean, they're fine, they work great. If that's all you've got, go for it. But if you ever find a pair with teeth, grab those because you'll love them if you get a pair. All right, so now we're going to last in the shank area of this pair of cowboy boots. I was taught to just go all down one side and then turn it around and do the other side, but I started rotating my way back and forth. So you can see, you can really crank down with these. Sometimes I'll hook it under my rib cage if I need both hands free. Doesn't hurt to keep your hand under there to kind of feel what's going on with the leather. I'm going to show you a different kind of shank puller. So this is a tool that I found in England, and the tool company that was selling it didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what it was. None of the shoemakers with me knew what it was, but I just had a feeling it was some sort of shank puller. So I got it home and I finally decided to try playing with it, and I realized it is a shank puller. So the way this works, this tongue is designed to slide easily against the boot, and as you pull, it grips tighter. It gives you leverage so you can really make a strong pull. This is also designed to float against the shoe without hurting it. It's smooth and long there so it doesn't make an impression. But the thing is, this style, you can't pull very hard or the teeth start slipping off. So I realized what this is a shoe shank puller. Because the thing with shoes is, and I've discovered this as a cowboy boot maker trying to make shoes, you can't crank a shoe down like I was doing with this cowboy boot, where I'm really putting some pressure into it and hooking it under my rib cage and pulling hard. Sometimes that's what it takes for a pair of cowboy boots. But you do that with a shoe and you're just going to pull everything off center, and it's going to be disastrous. So that's what these are for. They give you a little leverage. They don't mark the boot or the shoe when you pull, but you can't pull too hard or they just slip off. So these are shoe shank pullers. They are so cool. You really don't need to have a pair. You can just be gentle when you're lasting shoes with a shank puller, or actually You don't even need shank pullers for shoes. You can just use lasting pliers in there. But the thing with a shank puller, the reason a shank puller exists is as you're pulling, it's flattening it against the insole. Whereas lasting pliers don't flatten it. They're holding it up away from the leather, and then I have to use my thumb, or I don't know, whatever shoemakers do, because they don't tend to use their thumbs. But anyway, you have to flatten it somehow. And shank pullers are designed to hold it flat. And so that's what these do as well. Again, I can't honestly tell you that as a shoemaker you have to have a pair of these. They really are cool. I can, however, tell you as a bootmaker, you really do need a pair of these to get the pull in this area that you need. Okay, as you approach the side seam, back it off a little on your pulling, because you've already positioned the side seam where you want it and you don't want to yank that off. So you could see I wasn't putting as much effort in there. If you last a pair of boots and you find you have a bubble right in there, which is an easy place to get a bubble, this one doesn't have it. But a lot of times when I finish lasting a pair of boots, I will take this nail out right here, the one between the ball and the toe. I will take that nail out, and I will use my shank pullers, and I will do a really hard pull this direction, and then I'll do the same on the other side. Take that middle nail out, hard pull this direction. You can't use shank pullers everywhere because it's too wide in the ball area, but you can do it right there on the toe. Nice pull like this, and that will almost always take care of a wrinkle right there.